Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let me first give respect to the indigenous people of this land. As a Palestinian, I cannot speak anywhere in this land without giving recognition to those who suffered settler colonialism. We can't speak of settler colonialism in Palestine without recognizing what happened in this country and continue to happen to our indigenous brothers and sisters. Second, I would like to pay respect to our black brothers and sisters. They were brought to this country as cargo in ships in the enslavement period, but continue to inspire us, continue to be the most principled organizers. They are the most talented, innovative, creative people that you have ever seen and continue to see day in and day out. We are here today standing on their shoulders because they struggled from the hulls of ships to enter into the halls of Congress, and they still are struggling to uplift our voices despite the fact they continue to face erasures. Now I want to talk to you about genocide. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? So let's get straight. History did not begin October 7th. History did not begin October 7th. Israel and the Zionist movement have been committing genocide against the Palestinians since at least 1929 through 1948, through 1967, through 1982, through 2023. The bombing of Al-Ahli Hospital should not be a surprise for anyone that knows Palestinian history. There's a straight line that passes from Deir Yassin to Sabra and Shatila to the Qara massacre to Al-Ahli bombing. So we need to say, we're speaking about genocide. We're speaking about genocide. That's correct. Second, as we hear Biden, as we hear the Prime Minister of Great Britain, which is no longer great, alhamdulillah, or as we see and hear Mufti Macron in France, who's telling Muslims how to be Muslims. He wants to tell people not to demonstrate. Or liberal Trudeau in Canada. Or a whole bunch of them in the Western world that are always speaking not from two sides of their mouth, but all sides being hypocrites. Don't sell us human rights. Don't sell us international law. International law has been on our necks from the time that it was signed until today. I charge the European countries with genocide on the Palestinians. There's a straight line. There's a straight line from the signature of Balfour to the incitement of Biden. There's a straight line from the signature of Balfour, 1917, to Biden inciting, funding, and sending the bombs that blow up on Palestinian skulls. I'm charging the Western world with genocide. What? Genocide. What? Genocide. Third, as we hear of Arab countries and Muslim countries, the people are in the streets, but the political leadership have always and constantly cut deals, collaborated, trying just to get ahead by signing a deal normalizing with Israel above the table and under the table and with no table whatsoever. We tell them the only country, listen, the only country that withdrew its ambassador and kicked the Israeli ambassador out is Colombia. Colombia, not Egypt, not Jordan, not Morocco, not Mauritania, not Bahrain, not United Arab Emirates. Shame, 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 shame. As we see the million people in Baghdad, as we see the millions of people in Karachi, we see the people in Bangladesh, in Cairo, in Casablanca, across the world, we tell them, if you stand with the Palestinians against genocide, then you will throw the Israeli ambassador out. More so, we have been promoting the BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanction. If you're throwing and sending bombs to be thrown on the Palestinians, we don't want to buy your products. You don't need our dollars to buy your products. It is time to tell them, if you don't respect the Palestinians, if you don't end the siege, if you don't respect every Palestinian, we are not going to buy products from you, because we're speaking about genocide. 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 Fourth, I know that here we have many students. Anybody here from SJB? Students for Justice in Palestine? From MSA? Arab Student Unions? I charge our academic administrations, our leaders, of being complicit in genocide. Continue to erase the Palestinians. Continue to act as if they are a front desk in the Israeli Foreign Ministry. Time is now to challenge your administrations. Go back to the universities. Demand for Palestinian studies. Demand for courses that teaches Palestine. Demand for courses that actually recognize who you are. I know most of the materials on college campuses demonize Palestinians. They speak of us only as violent people. They continue to actually push Islamophobia. They continue to actually push Orientalism. So if you saw the response these past days, that comes out from our universities. We need to challenge this. Go back and tell them we're talking about genocide. We're talking about genocide. We're talking about genocide. Let me get to the mainstream media. You know, the ones that powder their faces with Fair and Lovely? You know the media? As Shamsi said, media's role is to manufacture consent. The media is manufacturing public consent for committing genocide. The life of Wadia in Chicago is on the hands of the media. The day before, they were inciting to violence. They were inciting to violence. I asked these media people, they all are on this side of the border covering Gaza. That is unprofessional. Unprofessional, because they're being spoon-fed Israeli propaganda and passing it out as a news. We need to challenge the media. If you are reporting on Ukraine as an occupation, Palestine and Gaza is an occupation. Double standard is no longer acceptable. So we need to say to the media, we're speaking about genocide. Now many across there, many in different states that are visiting right now to give their respect to Netanyahu and send them more weapons, they ask, what do Palestinians want? It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Palestinians want freedom. 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 Justice. Justice. Freedom. Justice. And we're not gonna stop. We're not not gonna stop. If you think that is gonna stop with Gaza, you have nothing to understand the history and legacy of Palestine. Let me speak to both the Israelis and the Americans. Not that I want to recommend for them a public relation advice. You have lost the war. You have lost the war. You have lost the war. Let me give you why. In the first 2 days, everybody in the world was recognizing what have happened. They could not help themselves of acting colonial. They went for revenge. They went for bombing civilians. They went for killing kids. They went for bombing apartment buildings. They went after children, women. 2/3 of those who were killed, women and children. That means you did not have the courage even to recognize that you are actually killing women and children to try to recreate your deterrence. Shame, shame, shame. While he thinks, again, I'm giving him the credit as an educator that he thinks, I'm giving him the credit, that because all of these politicians are coming, that Israel is emboldened and powerful. He doesn't understand there are two different powers. There are the powers there, and there is the powers in the streets. And history is determined by people in the streets. History is determined by people in the street. If you have not read, I'll send you a few books to read. We will change history. There are history before October 7th, and there is the history today. We are not going back to pre-October 7th. We're moving forward until Palestine is free. Until everybody has justice in their homes. I want to go back to my lemon trees. I want to go back to my olive trees. I want to go back to my fig trees. I want to go back to see the Mediterranean. I want to go and see every part of Palestine. Why? Because it's our homeland. Why? Because we existed there before existence came to be. We gave Abraham green cars when he came from Iraq. So don't push on us any type of theological dispensational theory. So we are going to continue until Palestine is free. So what do Palestinians want? Freedom. When do we want it? Now. What do Palestinians want? When do they want it? And I know in here there are people from the FBI, there's people who are from the Islamophobia industry, there are people from world designers. They want to see us what you call emotional. Look, they're about to go violent. Allahu Akbar. Oh, I'm not violent, right? So again, for those who are recording, please get the right side of our face because we look beautiful. Right? You look beautiful. If you have a hatta, you are beautiful. If you have an African kufi, you look beautiful. If you have a Latino scarf, you are beautiful. If you have a dark complexion and you don't need fair and lovely to be accepted, you're beautiful. Demanding and asking for freedom is the most beautiful thing that people do. You all are beautiful for asking and demanding freedom. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. Now, I know that we gave you the number Gaza 2100. If you can afford to support AMP and our work, please do so. Gaza 2100. Make sure to text this because yes, we are able to do this, but we need some gasoline for our energy, inshallah. And I do pray and hope that all of us will celebrate the free Palestine in Jerusalem together. Well, all of you will get to eat maqloubah, for those who don't know. And I'll trust my people in Nablus will bring the knafe. Do we have an appointment? A free Palestine with maqloubah and knafe. Assalamu alaikum.